pull up
And
the chat.
we are streaming and apparently recording at the same time. Question
No way,
mark?
I don't believe that.
Question mark? But welcome back, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to the. Oh my God, how do we do this? It's been a while. What's up, guys? If you're here watching the stream live, thank you for hanging out. If you're not here, if you're watching the stream after it's already been recorded and you're watching it like a video, if you want to just listen to our banter for about 20 minutes, feel free. Otherwise, go ahead and skip about 20 minutes down the road here in the live stream video, and you can see the actual podcast episode itself. But right now is not the actual podcast. Right now, Drip, is our banter. You know, we call it the pre-show.
Pre-show.
The sign.
How are you, buddy?
The sign's right there. Ow, I just hit my elbow. I am doing good. I am rusty, and I'll be shaking off that rust tonight, I'm sure. But yeah, I'm doing good.
You'll be
man.
fine, dude. You'll be fine.
Doing? How are you
doing good. I'm good, man. I'm all right. I'm all right. Here.
Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm setting up all this shit. So I totally forgot to pull up the YouTube so I can
the
see
YouTube
the chat.
YouTube. Get that YouTube up in
Power
there.
Mad, what's
Power
up?
Mad.
A nice holiday? Did you have a nice holiday, Geeb?
I did. Thank you, Power Mad, for asking. Appreciate that. I had a wonderful time. We'll talk about that a little bit in the pre-show here, and then in the live stream, you know, or in the recording itself. We'll talk about it a little bit. I feel like I'm definitely brown. Drip, when I came up to you, that was the first days of vacation, right? I didn't get the chance to. I hear your music.
I know, I'm fixing it.
Okay. I didn't get a chance to get tan and stuff, so I got plenty tan while in the beach. The water was a little bit cold. I'll tell you that.
Oh,
now.
get out of here!
It's a little bit cold. It was not like the
in
ideal
July.
swing temperature.
No way.
Yeah. No, I
No
know.
way.
Trust me. I'm just as surprised as you are, because we actually last year was June. We went in June and the water was cold, and we were like, okay, we need to go in July because we wait till the end of July again. We did. And I for some weird reason, it was cold. I think it had something to do with the storms that we had. One of the nights down there, the storms seemed to be kicking up some weird stuff because we were in the water, and then all of a sudden it got really warm and nice, and then we get cold again. So I think there was like this weird warm and cold battle going on pretty much the whole week we were there. Because it was in the 90s for the most part. The water was so much colder than the air. It was really weird how much colder the water was than the air. It was like, this is very bizarre. But otherwise, yeah, I mean, good time.
It would be storms. I don't know what would even cause that, but
it had to be the storms, man. It had to be. But we did the live notification. We did all that. So let's see if people come in tonight. You did your thing last night. You did your thing last night.
I did. Kenny.
Her gang, what up? That shield looks good on you, Kenny. Love that podcast shield you got there. Or whatever you call that.
Nice. That is
podcast.
Nice.
What do you want to call? What do you call that on YouTube?
Don't know. I don't know. Don't know what it's called.
Me either.
Yeah, you know. It's been. How long has it been since we've been live doing this? It's been longer than 2 weeks, right?
Oops.
This would be like 3 weeks.
2.5. I think we were gone for about 19 days. I want to say. It was in July, obviously. I think the last live stream was the 13th, I think. Yep. Last live stream on this channel besides yesterday's was the 13th.
Could call it a crest. We will call it a crest, Kenny. I love that idea.
The crest. The Drip and Geeb crest.
What's up, Ari?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, Geeb. Sorry.
Yeah.
I already told you this, but yeah, dude. I saw the Turtles movie yesterday.
Yes.
Dude. It was so good. It was so good.
Yeah.
Like,
was it?
It was really good. It's like that Into the Spider-Verse animation, but it is super gritty. Like, the trailers don't even really show how gritty the animation is, and it's really good, man. The story was good. I really like the way that they did what they did with, like, it's like a different origin story for the Turtles. Like, they're actually, like, teenagers. They're, like, 15-year-old. They're kids. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, it made me excited, man. Especially when you said Jackie Chan. You brought the Jackie Chan card out.
Jackie Chan is like, Master Splinter, and he's hilarious. And awesome. The main bad guy is not Shredder. It's a fly called Superfly. I don't know if you remember Superfly.
Is Shredder in the movie? Is that a spoiler?
Shredder is not. No, Shredder's not in this movie. No.
Okay.
No, that's not a spoiler. He's not in this movie. Superfly is the bad guy, but Ice Cube is the voice of Superfly. And then,
That's great. That's great.
Oh man, he's hilarious. He's just.
I just watched
He makes you very nervous. He's
a promotional
very
YouTube
nervous.
short with Seth Rogen and Ice Cube in it promoting the Turtles movie, because you had said that Seth Rogen indeed
he's
directed.
like directed it, he wrote it, directed. I don't know what he did. Something,
Yeah.
produced it. I don't know. But yeah, he's involved. He's also the voice of Bebop.
Oh, good. Okay, he's a voice of something too. That's good.
Yeah.
Cool. That's awesome, man. Glad you had a good time in the movie. Yeah, but guys, if you're just tuning in, and we're back. If you wouldn't mind dropping that like on the stream, that would do us a big favor in terms
there's
of
only 3 likes.
pushing out the. We just had 10 people a second ago and 3 likes. We get some more likes. Can we get to 5 tonight? I think on our first night back we can get to 5. That's a realistic goal.
I think it's quite realistic. Yeah. Sounds like this movie cast is stacked. Yeah, there's a lot of people. The 4 kids they had that did the Turtles voices, they were good too. But they're actual kids. Like, they are children.
That's awesome. I like when the
It was
movies
good.
do
Yeah,
that.
it was very good. I really liked what they did. Like the kids, like the kids just I don't know. They do a good job portraying the Turtles as little kids. It was good. I would definitely go see it again. There's a mid-credit scene I totally walked out on. Didn't even know it was there. So I don't even know what that is.
Like at the very end?
Well, I looked. I was leaving, and I was like, okay, I don't want to leave if there's a post-credit scene. You know,
Right.
A bunch of movies have post-credit scenes now. So I looked it up on my phone before I got up, and the first thing I saw, I read half of it. Said there is no post-credit scene. I was like, oh, cool. So I left, and then in the car, I had opened my phone back up, and it was still on that page, and the rest of it said, but there is a mid-credit scene, so make sure you stick around. I was like, motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm the kind of guy where ever since my first Marvel movie, which was like Iron Man 2, when they come out, like 09, something like that, 11? No, 11's too late. 10? But
The first Iron Man was
second
2000.
Iron Man.
2008 was the first one. 2000.
So the second one, what, 2010? Whatever.
Sure.
Maybe it was the first. I think it was the first Iron Man, actually. Whatever. Like in the early 2010s, I went and saw the Iron Man movie, and from that moment on in my movie life, I always wait to the end of a movie, no matter what. Even if they say don't bother, I wait. I watch the because here's the other thing too. You don't consider. It's like leaving a sports complex too. If you're a person who likes to go to sports games.
Yeah.
You just why do you have to be the first one to get up? You're not gonna be the first. You're not gonna be the first one to leave.
You're not.
If you're the first one up in your row, you're still not the first one to leave the building.
true.
That's for sure. So just wait. Let the place clear. The credits are rolling. There's awesome music playing. Just wait and then leave. And then leave. Everybody's gone.
That too. Man, the
That's what I
soundtrack
do.
of that movie. Whoo.
Yeah.
Dude. Woo. Good. So good. So good.
Very good. Very good. But guys, I want to remind you too, if you want to become a member, we'll say that a couple times tonight. If you want to be a member, that would be awesome if you could, because at the end of the month, at the very end of each month, we do an extra podcast episode that is only available to members. So if you want to be there for that, this month's episode is a really awesome one. This month's episode, Drip, is finally our long-awaited Tears
Spoilers
of the Kingdom spoiler episode. So if you want to hear that episode, get in the memberships. You get one episode every month until we get some more members in the party and we can get some more content going.
More, yeah.
But even if you're not a member, if you're not a member, that episode might eventually come to the main. It might be publicized at some point. I can't imagine that was going to be held back forever for members, but for a long while, at the very least, the members get to watch that only first. I feel like, I don't know, when there's another significant Tears of the Kingdom thing, we can bring that out. Or like when we're away, we can bring that for a selects. That might be a good way to do this. Like the selects become the member episodes that
I don't
are
know.
old. We'll see. We'll see how it works.
We will.
Get a crest.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Crest. We just talked about this. You forget it already?
Sure did.
The crest. That's what we're going to call the thing beside the name.
Right. Get a crest.
Hashtag get a crest.
Get a
Please
crest.
Become a member. The problem with
do.
YouTube and like people watching right now, it's so hard to become a member if you're watching from a phone. Like you can't just be like, oh, okay, I'll do it. Let me hit a button. they make it so difficult to figure out a way to do it.
I have a way to fix that in terms of if you are in the live stream, even if you're not in the live stream, there is a live chat that gets recreated for those of you watching a video right now that's not live. If you're watching a video, the live chat is replayed.
Whoa,
So
really?
if the live chat from a YouTube live stream gets replayed as a video, like in the video format. So with that being said, in the live chat right now, whether you're live or not, you can go to that live chat, and I'm trying to find it right now. Here is the link. It's pretty easy. It's youtube.com/dripjeep/memberships. It's really not a complicated link, but for those of you who are link challenged, here's this link right there. I dropped it in the chat. You can click that with your fingies. Click it with your fingies and become a member if you so choose. If not, we'll say that a couple more times tonight and then leave it to rest. Appreciate you guys who are here. No need to be a member, but there are some extra perks and stuff. But that's not here or there. If you want to be a member, you know who you are. If you don't, it's fine. You were here.
Oh, that reminds me too. I found all the other emotes and stuff too.
Oh, did you? Good.
Yeah, I found them on my computer today. So I actually meant to send them over to you, but we'll put those in there too.
Hey, free support.
Where I'm streaming.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Right now, I can't have any of that stuff.
Oh, really?
Well, no, it's a brand new channel.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's true. That is true. You'll get there. You get there eventually.
Yeah, we're not worried about that.
No, it's fine. I was gonna say something. Oh yeah, free support. If you want to support us for free, share the podcast. There's a share button right there. Like the stream. Press that like. Big helps for us. So if you support the small YouTubers out there like us, feel free to drop us some support. That is free 99 drip. Free 99.
It is. It's free.
And real quick, and I'm gonna do a shout out. I've been gone for a while. I'm gonna get my shout out in from my buddy Nuge, who sent me over this bad boy.
That's really awesome. He gave that to you.
Yeah, Nuge told me that he got this. I had some pizza with Nuge while I was out in
some pizza.
Some pizza.
That's peach pizza.
That's right.
For those of you who don't know.
Forget pineapple. I get peach. No, this PS5 DualSense. Right? He was gonna return it. He's like, no, instead of returning, I'm just gonna give it to Jeep. I'm like, thank you. I appreciate that.
That is cool because it
unnecessary,
works,
but
it works on other stuff. You don't have a PS5, but it works on other stuff. That's super cool.
Yeah, I played on my computer earlier. I tested out Miles Morales, and apparently, you can use the features, the PS5 features.
Yeah, you were telling me that's really cool.
That is very cool. I was not expecting that.
Like the haptic feedback and stuff works too.
Yep.
Like the HD Rumble, whatever it is.
Well, the Rumble motors in it are those motors, so it's going to do that because it has those motors in it. But as far as like, is it going to have that is it going to feel like there's vibrations from all over the screen? I don't know yet. We'll find out. That's what I'm going to make a video.
It does. That is really.
That
cool.
was Nuge's request.
That's one good thing. This is one of the best.
I have some opinions on it. I'm going to keep those private opinions until my video that comes out.
Yeah, I mean that's why I play when we play whatever Fortnite, whatever. Like that's why I always play on the PlayStation. One, because I have these special controllers that are the shit.
Yeah, you're ridiculously expensive controllers.
Yeah, but I like the sticks. They're not ridiculously expensive to me.
Because they're free for you.
Yeah, so they're awesome. Oh man, I finally used this one the other night. Me and Coco and Hero played. We played in the Discord. What was it? Not last night, the night before? I can't remember. Yeah, battery life's terrible on these things. That's the downfall. The battery life is absolute garbage on these things. But that's the first time I got to use this new one. And man, that other one is worn out bad because this is like a whole different experience. It's crazy how much better this one was, but they're good controllers. Battery life sucks.
Yeah, anything else we need to?
No, I mean we can start whenever. I'm good.
Cool. I appreciate you guys who are here. You guys are the home slices. I'm looking, make sure we're good to go. Man, get the set list up. I haven't done this in a while.
You're good, man. We're fine. We're rusty. We'll be back.
I've done this in a while.
Good to go. By the end of this episode, we'll be like nothing ever happened.
That's right. We didn't talk about when Tomtoc's going in. Do you want to put Tomtoc in?
Oh, the ad.
After Zelda stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. Sweet. All right, we're doing that.
That's a perfect segue anyway. Speaking of Zelda.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay.
Go for
doing it. Getting this off. I mean, hey, Drip, will I remember the buttons?
No. Hell no. Hell no. You will not.
Let's test it out.
If you do, I quit. I'm leaving.
Thank you to Tomtoc for sponsoring this episode. Hey guys, and welcome everyone to the Uncle Geeb Podcast. I'm your host, Uncle Geeb, and with me is Host of Media Gaming. We record this podcast live every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can listen to this podcast on Apple, Spotify, Google, or anywhere you can find a podcast. You can also become a member on this YouTube channel. If you go to our YouTube link that is down below, get extra podcast content every month. Drip, apparently you quit. According to the words that you just said,
I'm done.
You quit. And if you were here for the live stream,
nothing to give you hell for. You hit all the right buttons. What fun is this? Why am I even here?
I even changed the intro and only minorly.
You did. You changed it on the fly too. You scared me. I was like, he's off script. He's off the rails. I don't know what he's gonna do here.
Listen, I've had a couple weeks, more than a couple weeks off, and you know what? I'm coming back refreshed, chill.
Yeah.
I got the buttons down. I got the intro with an adjustment down. I'm gonna alter that as we go along here in our podcast journey, to make it flow, sound a little better. But for now, that's the gist of it.
It's good. It's good.
Get some extra podcast content. This month's podcast content you're gonna get, Drip, is Tears of the Kingdom spoiler episode. Drip and I, Drip, are going to make an extra podcast episode. The Tears of the Kingdom spoiler podcast is upon us this
I'm excited
month.
to finally do that. I'm so excited to finally be able to talk about that.
I can't wait to unload all the Tears of the Kingdom stuff. I can't wait to just unload on it. It might be 3 hours, man. I don't know. I don't know. This might be... I mean, the game itself, obviously if you played the game or know about the game, it's a 5-hour game.
Yeah.
Or 5 hours. It's a 500-hour game. It's ridiculous. But but as far as how long we got to talk about it for, man, it could be forever. So
it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
Gonna be a good one. But yeah, Drip, man, dude, it's been a few weeks.
It has.
And the last time that we talked was in person.
Yeah, you were here. It was awesome. It was so much fun. We had a good
episode, just to let you know that people listening, Drip, that episode has actually come out after this one because of the timing of all this. I got back last night, technically this morning.
Oh wait, that episode's still not even out?
Well, yeah, because I've been away.
Oh,
it's out for YouTube. It's a stream, right? It's a stream, but it's not as far as the audio people are concerned. They have not heard that one yet. That was such a good one.
We played all the games and stuff.
We did. So we're gonna actually that one's gonna come out. I don't know when should I release that. I don't know when I'm gonna release that one. It's gonna come out
midweek.
I'll probably or this weekend. I don't know, but maybe Monday. Monday sounds like a good day to post that one. I think Monday. But either way, guys, that episode Drip and I did live in person. I mean, it was more of a stream, so it's not really a real episode. But I'll just post it as a bonus episode probably on Monday. And feel free to listen to it. It's on YouTube as well if you want to watch some of it. But the games we played were audio games as well as visual, so you can listen to it and have the same amount of enjoyment as well. So
I think so. Yeah, I think they worked well. I can't wait to start doing them regularly. We're not going to do one tonight.
No,
but after
too much last second planning. We got enough of that.
After tonight,
like I said, I just got back a few hours
getting
ago.
things ready. After tonight, we'll start getting those in.
Yeah,
try to do them every single week.
Yeah,
man. Other than that, you went to the beach after that?
I did. I went to the beach for a weekend. We went to what beach was it? Rehoboth Beach this time.
Yes, that's right by where I used to live. In
unless
you
own a house in Rehoboth, not renting, but you own one or know
it's
someone
like a bougie place,
or
right?
I do not recommend it's not pedestrian or shoeby friendly. It's just not. It's just parking. All the parking is pay parking. Everything is inconvenient for you if you're renting. It's just not a good place to go. The beaches, they're also not to no fault of their own. Rehoboth beaches are in a repair right now because of the bad weather we've had last winter and just a few months ago. Actually, they had some bad weather that tore up a lot of the boardwalk areas and the beaches, got a bunch of debris on it. So to no fault of their own, they're also dealing with that. But yeah, no, I don't recommend that. There's so many good places. Dewey was one of my favorites. We went the first year. Last year was Dewey. In Delaware, they're all the same place, they're all on the same strip. But there's lots of good beaches down there. That one wasn't our favorite. But either way, you had a good time. But let's get to the beer week.
Did you see any
first.
sea life? Did you see any?
Oh, I did.
Animals.
I did.
What?
The Friday, the last day at the beach.
It was a shark. Tell me it was a shark.
We weren't even sure if we were going to go in the water. I wanted to go.
It was a shark.
No. we saw freaking dolphins like
even better.
like 30 yards away from us. It was incredible. They were so close. Like
That's cool.
Like I saw dolphins the first year and a shark. That was a wild year. We saw both of those, but they were pretty far away. Except for the morning dolphins, those were very close. But we were on the beach, right? We were on the sand enclosed.
Yeah.
That was just like last morning before we left. This was in the water. We were in the water, like chest deep. And dolphins were like 30 yards away from us. That was like
That's pretty cool.
incredible. I think Abby was like, she couldn't believe like this is real. Like there's a real wild
dolphins right there.
Like, this is not SeaWorld. You know,
No, they're wild as hell.
I love dolphins. Are my favorite animal. Dolphins are very becoming my favorite animal. Like they're.
I gotta say, a flamingo is definitely my favorite animal.
Oh my god,
100%. Yeah, 100%. There's no question about that. It's a
play your
flamingo.
laugh track. You joke monger.
That's not a joke. It's serious.
I don't know what that word means. I said that.
Don't laugh.
Hilarious.
It's not. It's my favorite animal, and I'm proud of it. Okay,
but guys, I didn't even say this. Yeah, sure. Go ahead, Drip. Just live your moment. Guys, we have a lot of big episodes this week. If you notice, and once again, we're doing Switch 2 stuff because there's actual rumors that are somewhat credible, if not actually credible. So we'll get to those in a minute. We have Zelda news. Tears of the Kingdom released how many units they've sold. We'll get to that as well. But before we get to either of those things, Drip, the first thing we got to do is get to that beer of the week. And you, Drip, tell me what your beer is this week.
Mine's nothing special. It's probably exactly what you expect. I am drinking the Busch Light Peach because it tastes like peaches, and there's no more Busch Apple. So here we are.
We need to get the rights to that song for the beers of the week. Peaches,
that would be,
peaches.
Now next week I'm gonna get something different. I've done this like the last 4 weeks we've been live. I'm not gonna take up any time with it. Y'all know, it's delicious. It's lovely. But I'm guessing by your excitement for beer of the week that you have some special things you got from the beach, don't you?
I do. I'll start with my snacks because those are not real beers. They're just snacks.
Well, we have snack of the week too.
We have snack of the week this week. I had brought some Tasty Cakes.
Oh, Tasty Cakes!
I came from the Philly area,
Yes!
stopped at Wawa on the way back, got 3 boxes of 3 different kinds of Tasty Cakes.
I always forget you don't have those out there.
No, we do not. We have the butterscotch
so
crimpets,
weird.
which are my favorite. We have. These are new to me. These are like butter cake. I forget the name of them are. Like butter something or other. It's white frosting, black cake, very sweet, buttery flavor. Can't wait to try these out. And then the peanut butter candy cakes, but they're everybody's favorite. These are just like little patties.
I don't think I've had those.
These are everyone's favorite. I mean, even I can't deny how good they are. But these are my favorite. These butterscotch crimpets. And I will wash this butterscotch crimpet down, Drip, with a Wawa half-gallon iced tea. I love this crap, man. Got my Tasty Cake, fresh.
Okay. All righty. Oh,
my favorite tea right here. My favorite tea in the world. That's a beer of the
Very
week.
interesting. Very interesting. That's a good one.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Man, you still have 20 seconds left of the music.
I don't need it. I don't need it. We're good.
I gotta let it fade out at this point.
Okay.
Gotta let it fade out. Yeah, I always forget you don't have Tasty Cakes out there. We have those here. It's a thing.
Ooh,
it's good stuff.
The ending to that song is wonderful.
I told you, man. It's like 2 minutes and 14 seconds. Beer of the week. 2 minutes and 14 seconds. All right. So anyway, Geeb.
Oh yeah, post your beers of the week on. I guess it's X, not Twitter.
What do we call it now? Are we not allowed to call it Twitter now?
I refuse to call it X. It is Twitter. And post your stuff
Post it on
at DripGeeb on Twitter. You can retweet us as well, and not repost. You can retweet us. If you want your beer of the week submitted on our podcast, go ahead to our Twitter at DripGeeb. Submit your beer of the week to us, and we'll read it on the live stream and the podcast. Drip. Zelda.
Geeb.
Zelda! I need that. That's one we need. We need to make a list of things we need. That's one we need.
That's a good one.
Zelda is big news. It's back in the news, Drip.
Yes.
Forgive me. I'm still sucking Tasty Cake on my mouth.
In a huge way. Nintendo releases their financial reports every quarter.
Mm-hmm.
We got their financial report for the first quarter, their first quarter of the year, and holy shit. Tears of the Kingdom sold 18.51 million copies in what? 2 months? In
Yep.
2 months.
Yep.
So
8 weeks,
sold,
2 months.
It sold 10 million in the first, what was it, 3 days?
The first 3 days.
The first 3 days, it sold 10 million copies. Here we are. It's now number 9 on the top 10 best-selling Switch games of all of the 7 years of the Switch's life. We're saying not just in a year.
Mm-hmm.
It's already in the top 10 at almost 20 million units.
That's insane.
It's 18.5 million. It's very crazy because if you look, what does Breath of the Wild have? 30 million?
Just over 30 million.
And that was a launch title.
That
came out the day.
Years.
That came out the day the Switch came out, and it's got 30 million. I mean, and that's
Drip,
a great
that's
game.
not counting the Wii U sales of the game. So if you give the Wii U,
no, that does count. That does count.
Oh,
the 30 is the Wii U.
You ruined my joke. I was gonna be like, if you can tack on a few hundred copies right onto there. That really makes.
Sorry, I didn't know you were going there.
That may really push. That really may push
Ouch.
a difference there.
Sick burn on the Wii U. Ow. Okay, so that's amazing. I believe you and I both talked about this whenever we first heard the news that it sold 10 million in 3 days or whatever. I think one of the things I said was, the next time we hear about this, it's going to be at 20 million. It's going to be it's not at 20 million, but it's
surprisingly
damn close.
not. It's damn close, but surprisingly not. I'm actually a little surprised it didn't get all the way there, but considering the short time span, I'm really just being unrealistic at that point. I mean, 18.5 million in 8 weeks.
Yeah,
that's
can you pull up the PDF there?
I can pull up this
YouTube.
PDF. I sure can.
Take me to page. What page do I want?
Just start talking. You want
page
10.
12.
12, yeah.
We'll go to 10. 10's good.
Just do your thing. You can just do it seamlessly.
Yeah, that's basically what we were talking about earlier. Page 10. 18.5 million. I mean, so Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has what? It's sitting at 60 million now, somewhere around there, a little less. 55 million. Is that what you said?
Yes.
Either way, that's a lot. It's so that's also very crazy, and I want to touch on that before we keep moving on here. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, a Wii U game that was re-released on the Switch, the best-selling Switch game.
Yep.
In a month where there's obviously better games to get, in a quarter where there's better games to get, and you think just about everyone has it, still sells 1.6 million copies.
That's stupid. That's the second selling highest game.
Like that's
it's stupid.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's
craziness.
also it's also because Drip. It's also because there isn't a ton of games happening right now in the in the world right now. I mean, we've got some stuff on the horizon, but right this moment, it's still Tears of the Kingdom. And
it is.
And what other than Tears of the Kingdom, or forget Tears of the Kingdom? What's the best-selling Nintendo Switch game? Mario
Kart 8.
Mario
Kart 8. Yeah, by a mile. Yeah.
So
What's the next
it's
one?
not surprising that it's second place because that's
what's the next one under that? Is it
I don't have the list, but
Animal
I'm not
Crossing
sure.
or is that
Probably
third? I don't know.
Animal Crossing's in there. Odyssey's in there somewhere. Down farther, but yeah, no, it's not surprising to see it up there. It's just surprising to see it's still up there. Like it's still up there. Like and
it's taken a full on, like, you're not touching me lead. Nothing's gonna touch that.
No,
not even this. If you go down to the page 12, let me. Sure. I want to look at something there. This is actually really interesting too. So there's a bar here at the very end of page 12. It says over 15.7 million units sold in 8 weeks. So 18.5 is the number, but I'm guessing the 15.7 was what it actually sold once it was released, and the rest were pre-orders. Is that?
I guess so.
What I can assume there, because I don't know. I don't know why these numbers are different. But the crazy part is, if you look here, the top part is Tears of the Kingdom, the green part, and the red part is everything else. So Tears of the Kingdom,
it's 50-50.
in just these couple months sold the same amount or more as everything else that Nintendo has to offer. It's insane.
That is insane.
Absolutely insane, dude. It's crazy. I mean, I don't know. We knew. Once we saw that 10 million, I think we knew. Like, this is going to be something crazy. There's a few other things I did want to touch on if you want to go down to page 15.
Sure thing.
We're not going to spend a lot of time on this, but it is interesting. 168.1 million viewers saw the Super Mario Brothers movie.
That is Tears of the
Kingdom
numbers
made
are
$1.4 billion.
Tears of the Kingdom those numbers are incredible.
Yeah,
and they're going to be one of the best games to ever come out for Nintendo in terms of like flash sales.
Yeah,
and long term, we're not there yet, but the long term last of this game is gonna be there too. Tears of the Kingdom will sell well going forward too. But
yeah, it will, especially with DLC. I want to get into that, but yeah, go ahead.
But this movie, not to overshadow the game in its own realm, this movie at the same time here, right, at the similar time frame, just a couple months before, right? Or just the month before. Absolutely,
it was the month before.
Absolutely insane.
When did it come out? May 5th? Is that
something like that, or is it April? I don't know.
Oh, it's April.
It was April 5th or something. Who knows?
Is it? Yeah,
the exact date
like
doesn't matter. It came out. It did its thing. Insanity that this movie is doing what it's doing. It's not like one of the best movies of all time or anything like that. But it's
good though. It was
numbers or quality. It's good on both fronts. But Nintendo. We're talking about Nintendo here, not about the movie necessarily, not about Tears of the Kingdom. But Nintendo is just killing it right now. Whatever they're doing is just killing it. Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah, they got it, man.
The movie Wonder's gonna sell crazy. RPG's gonna sell crazy. Nintendo can do no wrong right now, which is absolute. I keep saying it. It's absolute insanity. It is. And I want to say this, Drip. I just rewatched the movie the other day, the Mario's Bro movie.
Yeah.
With my nephew. He wanted to watch it. He actually was narrating the movie for like the first 10 minutes. It was adorable. He's like telling us all about it, and then he fell dead asleep, like snoring. And he was in between Abby and I on the couch and just snored and died. It was hilarious and adorable. But then we watched the movie ourselves, while he was sleeping. And as I was watching it again, I'm like, I think it takes 2 times. I think this movie takes 2 times to really kind of grasp what's going on in the movie.
Yeah,
this is a better movie than my first initial impressions. I know we talked about this in the podcast prior.
I saw it twice in the theater, and we bought it too. So I've seen it probably 3 or 4 times now. Yeah, it's a good movie. It's a good movie. Like the whole thing about it, how it didn't have a plot point or the story wasn't good, literally doesn't matter anymore. The second time I've seen it confirms that it doesn't matter anymore. It's such a good movie. It's a great kids movie. Yeah, it is,
and it's a very good movie overall. I'm very well. It deserves a success. It's a good job. I hope they make more, which we know they will.
They are. Yeah, they will. We're gonna get a Zelda movie. Let me ask you this: back to Tears of the Kingdom, and we can wrap this up and go on to the Switch 2 stuff. I got a question for you. I want to know your opinion on this. Now, this is going to kind of lead into what we're talking about with the Switch 2 stuff, because it sounds like we're not going to be getting a Switch 2 until probably Christmas next year. Holiday season next year sounds like a reasonable time at this point from what we're hearing when we're going to get this. So my question to you is this. Does Tears of the Kingdom in that time period, now what are we in? We're in August right now of 2023. Let's say the Switch 2 comes out in, let's say, 14 months from now, okay?
Okay.
And in that time, we get DLC for Tears of the Kingdom. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, I guess that would probably be it. Do you think that Tears of the Kingdom will outsell? Will it get another 10 million copies and outsell Breath of the Wild?
I'm sorry, what's the time frame again?
Let's just say about 14 months. I want to talking like from now until the Switch 2 comes out. Do you think it will get another 10 million copies?
I'm not just. I know where you stand on this. You've said it a few different times. Knowing the number we know now, we're at 18 and a half in the time frame that we've had. I'm actually going to say no. And not like in a negative way, like, oh, there's no way. It's too big of a gap. I think it is sort of too big of a gap. I think it's too big of a gap, but there's just not enough time. Like, Breath of the Wild had 6.5 years to simmer. And don't forget, Breath of the Wild sales are going to continue to go up too. Not by significant margins, but it will. That game will go up over time. The same amount of time that we have here with, in 14 months or so, it will go up to maybe another million or two. Tears of the Kingdom, maybe I said maybe. I don't know. I'm not. I'm just guessing. But as
Okay.
far as Tears of the Kingdom, it's gonna be damn close. I would not be
I think it's gonna
surprised.
be very. I think
I
it's
would
gonna
not
do
be
it.
surprised if it's within 5 million. Like the difference, either up or down, right? Give or take, whichever game, 5 million. It could be a 5, just that close. Maybe even 3 or 2 million. It could be really, really close. But
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be really, really close in the downward direction. I think Tears of the Kingdom might squeak out. I'm gonna say this number. I don't know if it's gonna be right. I'm gonna say it's gonna be around 27 million. 27 million might be the max. I don't think it can do over 10 million copies in another year plus. Assuming the Switch 2 is coming out when we think it's coming out in the end of 2024.
Yeah, it's all based on that.
If we're talking 2 more years or so, maybe even more, then no doubt, I think it'll pass it. But it's just not enough time for me. Another 14 months.
Okay,
I don't think that's enough time to get over past Breath of the Wild.
Here's why I think it will.
Well, actually, hold on. But don't forget this. Switch 2 will have Tears of the Kingdom. Those sales should
but that doesn't
count.
Yeah, we're not counting that. We're not counting
well, it's as far, I think it's going to be part of the family. Right?
Okay, well, I
mean,
mean,
it will count.
In this conversation, I'm talking about before that happens. I think it can, and here's the reason why. One, kind of like what you said, nobody's going to buy Breath of the Wild now. I mean, maybe, but probably not. Think about it. Right now, as of right now, and this could change, but as of right now, Breath of the Wild still costs $60. It's a $60 game, or you could just get the better version of the game with more stuff for what? It's $10 more, right?
Yep.
I think it's really I don't know, man. I think it's I just don't see people buying Breath of the Wild anymore. So I don't feel like those numbers are going to keep rising as much as they were because there's another option.
Listen, I know why you're saying what you're saying. I don't think you're quite
plus DLC.
I don't think you're quite grasping like the gravity of Breath. I think you're underselling it because I think in your mind you've already completely replaced Breath of the Wild with Tears of the Kingdom, which is fair.
Yeah, I have.
But for a lot of people, especially those who are just getting Tears of the Kingdom, which you and I have talked about, most of these numbers are new people. A lot of these numbers are new people. Probably
the original.
Like just about half of those, half that 18 million, I would say a good 7 million, 8 million are brand new Zelda fans. Just like Breath of the Wild brought in new fans, and this game's bringing new fans too. That also means, Drip, that they have not purchased Breath of the Wild, and if they're and I don't think they're going, oh well, this one's better, we're not going to buy that. I think they're going. I think a lot of them are going to have. I'm thinking better of the fans out there. I'm thinking that they have good taste, and they're
I'm thinking they don't have an extra $60 to buy a game that's on the same map, only this one's better, and it's got 3 maps instead of 1 map.
It's a fair point. I'm not saying. Like,
and I mean,
I'm not saying I'm 100% right there.
There's going to be people who buy both. I just saw in the chat you could just get vouchers and get both for $100.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it. Get them both for 50.
That's probably that's Tears of the Kingdom for 70, and then Breath of the Wild for 30, and that's a sell. You've sold me there for like new people.
Yeah, or $50 for each, $100 for the pair. I mean, that's the way to do it. But
Breath of the Wild for me still has not been, and we'll get to that in our review. But I'll give a little taste of our review. All right, here's a little taste of it. There are undoubtedly performance issues in Tears of the Kingdom, which do not exist. Which do not exist in Breath of the Wild. There are issues in Breath of the Wild. Do not mistake in my words. There are issues, but if you've played both games, you know Tears of the Kingdom has way, way more issues, and they're bigger issues because,
I don't think
and they're explainable.
Issues, though.
They're explainable because the game is so much bigger.
Yeah.
Map-wise, there's so much more going on. They just basically added stuff on top of the fact of that Breath of the Wild already did. They added on top. It's just there's more stuff in the game. So I get why frame rates drop when you're doing certain things, but it happens a lot. Breath of the Wild, go back and play that. You're locked at 30 for a large margin of the game. There's probably like 12% of the game where it's like
it didn't start like that though.
No, it
didn't start like that.
And there's time for Tears of the Kingdom. I acknowledge it, but we can only talk about where we're at currently. Where we're at currently is that. So don't forget about that. It's not like Tears. I don't think Tears of the Kingdom.
I don't know. Christmas time next year.
Wiping away Breath of the Wild.
Christmas time next year. Tears of the Kingdom's gonna sell whatever 10 million more copies, and you're gonna owe me $1,000.
Well, you've
Glad we
already
made
quit.
the
You've
bet.
already quit the podcast. Do you forget already? You quit
Oh yeah, I quit.
because you.
Okay, well, it's fine.
I got the intro perfect. You got all the buttons
It's
pressed
fine.
perfect.
It's still gonna happen. You owe me $1,000. It's a good bet. I'm glad we made it.
No.
$1,000. Guys, remember that. Don't let him forget.
Anyway, Drip. It's that time. Speaking of Zelda, we want to thank the sponsor of this episode, Tomtoc. Tomtoc, and their new FancyCase series. You can see it on screen right here, or if not, you can go ahead and check out the links down below. It features special joystick protection. It has overall military level protection, YKK zippers, and it's water repellent on the outside. If you got little spills and stuff, kids and whatnot, want to keep that Switch away from the water. This Zelda-inspired design fits with my Zelda gear. I got the Zelda, the collector's edition. I got the new guidebook, which is up there on my shelf there. Drip, I can't wait to check that out. Use that to play my Zelda with. I got a bunch of the new re-released amiibos out there. We got the Zelda Switch itself. I am a nerd. Big nerd, love the Zelda stuff. But like I said, it fits my gear, fits my life. I love this case, using it and everything. Mrs. Geeb actually uses this mostly.
It's great.
Because she's got the Zelda Switch. Drip, I know that you can speak on Tomtoc's behalf. You've been using their stuff for a long time.
Yes, I've been using their stuff for 4 or 5 years now. It's literally all I use at this point. I have it for my Steam Deck. I have it for my Switch. I have Tomtoc backpacks. My iPad is in a Tomtoc case. And Geeb, not only do I put my Switch in this case right here, they just announced today that there's a new version of one of their Switch cases coming out with this same Tears of the Kingdom look. It's their over-the-shoulder bag, which is fantastic. I have one of those in the black. It is absolutely fantastic. Everything they make is fantastic, man. Everything from the material to the zippers, they're great. If you haven't, check out their website. Check out the new Switch case they just put out today. I think they put some stuff out on Twitter about it, but it's beautiful.
Yes,
all this stuff's great.
I saw that case. It looks spectacular.
Yeah.
You can, if you want your Tomtoc case, you can go to the links down below. Get the FancyCase series for Nintendo Switch. The U.S. affiliate, a U.S. link is down below, as well as the U.K. link. Make sure to register your gear, guys. Go to the link down in the description. If you get your Tomtoc gear, you want to make sure that you register it. If anything happens to it under their guidelines, you're going to be covered from their warranty. So make sure to go to tomtoc.com/pages/register-bag. Thank you, Tomtoc, for sponsoring today's episode. Drip.
Yes.
I wonder if the Switch 2 is going to fit in our Tomtoc slim cases.
Well, Geeb, I can tell you right now, I don't think it's going to, because it sounds like it's going to be a big boy.
It does sound like that.
Sounds like we're getting another inch on the screen. Now, we don't know for
8
sure.
Inches. 8 inches, right?
An 8-inch screen
That's
is what
big.
it sounds like. Now, we don't know for sure, and we're going to get into all this. There's a lot of stuff. Geeb, you've been gone.
I have. Since
for
you've been
weeks.
gone.
Since you've been gone, there's been a lot of stuff happen. One, we have a VGC article here that is very, very interesting. Basically saying that Nintendo's next-gen plans are in the works. People have got dev kits. There's all kinds of information here. So we can start with, let's see. We'll start with...
Source: Nintendo targets 2024 with next-gen console.
Yeah, that's what it says. Okay, so we had the OLED, right? We had the OLED. I love the OLED.
I love it
It's
too.
a 7-inch OLED screen.
Almost as much as I love Tasty Cakes, Drip. Almost as much as I love Tasty Cakes.
Well, that's the thing about this one, Geeb. It sounds like we're going to be going back down. Now, you can take this for what you want to take it for. This, obviously this is not confirmed by Nintendo, but I mean, this is the real deal shit. Eurogamer backs all this right here. I mean, people are coming out saying, yes, that's exactly what we've heard too. So, I mean, it's interesting stuff. So it's not going to be an OLED screen. It's going to be an LCD screen, which...
I want to stop you there, Drip. How do you feel about that?
I was about to say, I'm not that worried about it. I mean, I feel like they understand. Okay, here's where I'm at with this. I feel like they understand what they've done with the OLED screen. And they're not going to take a gigantic step backwards visually with an LCD panel if it's going to be shit. That's my opinion. I could be wrong, but from what I would imagine, they've looked at whatever these panels are, and they're like, yeah, this is comparable to the OLED screen that we were using, and this is affordable. We can do this. We can make the screen bigger. If it looks good, it looks good, man. I don't care what it is. Yes, the OLED screen looks amazing, and you're not going to be able to get that contrast. You're not going to be able to do that with an LCD screen. Most. I mean, you are going to have a very expensive.
You're not going to be able to do it with the inexpensive ones, which is the whole point of it being LCD, is to save costs. So therefore, there's no way that it's going to be the same kind of picture. Is it acceptable is the question.
Well, okay, but is the cost of the OLED screen that's 8 inches? I don't know. I see what you're saying, but I feel like there's a middle ground there where it's like, yeah, these are cheaper, but they are higher end than what we had. I don't know. You know what I mean? I feel like there's some middle ground there where they're like, okay, this is good. Watch that mic. I saw that.
Yeah. Sorry.
I feel like maybe they found a middle ground. Like, I don't think they're going to go backwards. Do you think they're going to go backwards?
To me, it's not about if I think they're going to go backwards. I just think that the direction they're going, if this is true, if it's true that we're going to see, and we're assuming this is the only model. This is assuming that there's not multiple tiers here, like
I don't
different
think
sizes.
there will be.
But here, assuming that it's one Switch that is an 8-inch screen that is an LCD to save on costs, assuming all that, it's a big assumption, but I think it's the wrong direction, and let me tell you why. Listen, unless your eyes are broke, okay, and I have bad eyesight, okay. These glasses are old. I need a new prescription. I have it, but I can't afford the glasses, so using the old prescription. If your eyes are old and bad, or not even old, just bad, if you got bad eyesight, that's your problem, okay? 7 inches, the one on the OLED screen is the perfect handheld size. It is nor too big nor too small. It is the sweet spot for handheld gaming.
It's good. Have you played a Steam Deck?
Too big for me. Because the screen, it's not about the screen. It's about how big the device gets because of the screen. The Switch is still able. I wish I had my tablet with me. The Switch's tablet is so tiny. I do have it. It's right here. I'm an idiot. The Switch's tablet is so tiny. I mean, like, in comparison to
a Steam Deck,
a Steam Deck and a phone, it's in the middle of those two. It's bigger than a phone, but definitely smaller than a Steam Deck and other comparable devices. This is literally, this is pocketable, okay? This is literally pocketable.
Yeah, if you wear Jinko jeans.
Yeah, if you wear girl jeans like you do, then no. Sorry, all the women out there who have to wear girl jeans. Again, sorry, but you get a purse for that. Anyway.
Yo, listen.
Let me just make my point, okay? Let me. Then you can defend yourself later.
I'm not even going to defend myself. It's fine. Keep going.
The Switch tablet, this is the perfect mobile size. You're reading the don't read that, Drip. Don't read the comments. I mean, I don't even have it pulled up. Don't even have it pulled up. This is the perfect size. To make this bigger is stupid. It's just stupid. There's no need. Get a laptop. If you want bigger gaming, get a gaming laptop, okay? Don't make my Switch bigger because you are a dummy.
It's going to be bigger.
Don't make it. There's no need. This is big, and this is way more than enough. Way more than enough. But
okay, well, let me
I'm already forgetting my other points here, Drip. Well, I guess what I'm also trying to say here is, because you distracted me.
The LCD. The LCD is what we're talking about.
All right, the LCD. Listen, to go bigger for the sake of going bigger and regressing on the screen tech is a bad move. It's straight up a bad move. This is not small. This is 7 inches is not small, but to go even bigger for no reason at all, because you're not saving costs, because that's the whole point of going bigger, is because the screen tech's less. So you're like taking away from the quality and adding to the size. Nobody's asking for that. Nobody's like, oh man, the Switch OLED screen is small. No one's saying that. That's ridiculous. But you know what they are saying, Drip? They're saying how good the quality is. And you're going to take that away and then give big screen back. That's stupid.
Well, I'll tell you this.
I'm not mad at anybody yet. But if it does happen, I'm mad.
Well, I mean, the Steam Deck doesn't have an OLED screen. It looks good. Like, I don't know what they use in there, but it looks great. And they just did an update. This is almost, God, this had to be like 6 months ago, but they just did an update to like the way that the screen looks, like the way games look, like the saturation and stuff. Like, you can make it look better. They could make it look really good. It looks awesome. And I did see this in the chat, and I do want to talk about that too. That is an interesting point. Going back to that type of screen might save on battery life too. That could be a thing because we're talking about probably more power. Yeah, you're not, I mean, an OLED screen is going to take more battery life. Yes. You were the one worried about the OLED and the battery in the first place, weren't you?
Nope.
You weren't?
OLED tech saves on battery.
Saves on battery.
Pixels.
Well, pixels turn off.
Take power. Take power. You are turning off pixels for dark colors.
Okay,
you save power when for dark games. I think you actually do lose a little bit of battery for very bright, colorful games on OLED.
I don't know, man.
I'm
gonna have to.
It's not. There's not a big difference in savings of battery or losing battery.
Well, clearly there's not a huge difference because we have what? What's the difference in battery life in the OLED and the other one? Not a lot. But it could be, that could be some, I mean, there's got to be a reason. That's the thing. That's what I'm saying. There's something that they've gone back for. It could be battery. Maybe it is. Maybe that's what they're doing. Maybe it's cost cutting to try to, you know, do whatever they got to do to get this thing in the price range for us to be able to afford it. Because it's probably not going to be $350. Can you agree with me on that?
If
400 at least.
That's another episode to really dissect.
We've only gone over like the first thing here too. There's so much more. Okay, so the screen size is the one thing. We're gonna get into that because the screen size is not coming from this article. Just to make that clear, that's something we're gonna talk about in a minute. Now, where's it at?
Professional drip.
Yeah, sorry, I lost all my stuff here. Okay, so they say it's going to come out. We talked about this a couple weeks ago, coming out maybe the first part of next year. But this is saying we will be looking at something like the second half of next year. So not.
That's more accurate.
I think it feels
right. More accurate.
Just the way things happen now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. The way things happen now, everybody wants to put their stuff out around holiday because that's the money. That's where the money's at, obviously, and that makes sense. Like, there's no reason why they wouldn't do that. We could see something in the summer, second half. I mean, it's possible, but I think at this point, I think I said that in my video today. Like, it's possible, but at this point, that feels very strange.
Whether it comes out in August or if it comes out in November. Those are it's still prime time holiday sales. So yeah, either way, you're looking good there. If it would be weird, honestly, it would be weird to me if this Switch comes out. I'm looking at a calendar, so I don't sound like an idiot. If it came out in like April or May,
that would be very weird.
That would be weird. I feel like that'd be, and that's like Q. You know what's Q1?
Yeah, well, I mean, even
April,
July.
April, that's Q1, right? So if it came out in April of 2024, that'd be weird. I think it makes more sense.
Well, that's not in the second half. Second half would be what? I guess that would start July or August.
May, June, whatever. Whatever.
July
right?
is
the second half. July is the second half. Yeah.
Okay, so even July kind of seems weird.
August.
Yeah.
It's either coming out like in August, or it's coming out in like November. That's more. If it came out any earlier than that, it'd be kind of weird. I think.
It would. And yes, the Switch in March was a weird thing too, but I mean, I don't know. I feel like
that was a whole different ball
game. It was a whole different. They just need to
look into the history of what happened.
They talked about it. They talked about it before Christmas because they didn't give a fuck about their holiday sales because they didn't have any holiday sales anyway.
They were just happy if people got excited for it, not necessarily like
let's just let's just get this thing out here. Okay. So the other thing is that these dev kits that have been sent out, they do have a cartridge slot. Now that is, that's not like an unexpected thing to me. I think you also don't think that's a very unexpected thing. That stuff's all good. There's a few other things in here. I mean, that's kind of the big stuff. I mean, this right here though, coming from where it's coming from. This is the biggest one we've got so far. This is the biggest, like, holy shit, this is probably real Switch 2 stuff. And this is the first one. We're going to be hearing more about stuff like this as these game conference things happen and people get together in the same room with each other and people can
Yeah.
start talking and doing stuff, this is when we're gonna start really hearing stuff. Now, after this was early in the week, G, when you were just sitting on the beach when all this was happening, and I was not. I was down here in the trenches, okay, taking bullets, G.
Yep.
Yes.
You know what's funny? When we talked about like when we made our secret episode that released, and we were talking about like I'm probably on the beach right now listening to this episode. I said those words.
You literally were.
Well, no. Do you want to know where I was when I heard
where?
that part? I re-listened to that episode. Do you know where I was?
Where?
I was on the toilet, and I just laughed.
Oh.
I was like, I'm on the toilet. When I said I'd be on the beach, I was actually on the toilet.
On the beach. That would have been so cool if you're on the beach. On the toilet is so disappointing. I have to be honest.
But it's funny. But that was funny. I'm like,
yeah, it's funny.
It was funny to me in the moment. I don't know. I just want to share. Anyway, continue.
No, it's funny. It's very funny. Okay, so the next thing that happened was Nate the Hate. Nate Drake has a podcast. Nate the Hate. He knows some stuff. He knows some stuff. He's said some things before that have been right. Got a pretty good track record. He has a bunch of stuff that he said, and this is the juicy stuff. This is not confirmed. Nobody else is saying that this is confirmed, but this stuff here is the stuff that I'm very interested in this. Okay, so what do we got here? Late 2024. We already knew that. September, early October is what he is saying he has heard. What else we got? Multiple developers saying they know about dev kits. So we already know about that. Now, this is interesting, too. That the Switch 2 is going to launch with a 3D Mario. Like an Odyssey 2 or a brand new thing, which isn't crazy. That's not a crazy thing to say. I mean, I feel like we're way due. Because think about it. Odyssey was the same year as Breath of the Wild. And we've already got a new Zelda, but we have not got a new 3D Mario. So, I mean, next year, I feel like give Zelda this year. Mario gets next holiday. That makes sense, right?
I agree.
So that's not crazy. What do you think? Is it Odyssey 2?
Yes.
Or is it a completely different thing?
Oh, I see. I'm gonna say it's a different thing because that's what they do with those games.
Maybe. Well, you're right. But okay, yes and no. We had Galaxy and Galaxy 2. They were both on the Wii.
Yeah.
Now, this is depending on what they call this thing. If it's like the Switch, new Nintendo Switch or whatever, and it's still like that Switch family, could be an Odyssey 2. But I feel like if it's like a handheld branded something different, it's a new game.
I think it's going to look and play a lot.
Guess.
It's going to look and play a lot like Odyssey. It's just going to be more fidelity, right? If it's on the Switch 2,
there's probably going to have a
Odyssey,
new. They will have a new gimmick. That's what they do. But
yeah, well, I'm saying the art style.
Yeah, it's probably going to be the same.
And the performance is going to be very similar. But the fidelity of being on the Switch 2, because it already runs great on the Switch. It's 60 FPS. It runs great. They're just going to add some resolution. They're going to add some resolution to it. They're going to add to the textures. But it's going to look like an Odyssey game. It's going to feel like an Odyssey game. It's going to have a new.
Well, it'll be interesting because if you think about this too, that's the beauty about Nintendo.
Yeah.
And then developing games for their systems. They know the parameters they have to work within. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So when you get a game like Mario Odyssey, it just runs amazing on the Switch. That's why they know where they're working. So let's say they know that this thing has this much power, it can do this or do that. We could see something crazy in a new Mario. Something, I mean, think about it. If they know what they're working with and they know what they can do, I mean, they may have had ideas for Odyssey that were just crazy. Like, we can't do that. It's going to run like hell. Like, there's no way. I don't know. That's interesting to think about. That's a whole podcast in itself. But the talk about the display. Now, the LCD, Nate's saying that he's heard that too. The LCD is a thing. The 8-inch display, we've already talked about that, but that's where this is coming from. This is also very, very interesting. A fairly significant amount of internal flash memory. 512 gigabytes internal storage.
Well, Drip, you can, for a Switch tablet, you can condense those games down to a significantly smaller margin because of, again, talking about fidelity there. The games don't look that great on the Switch to begin with in terms of serious resolution and stuff. So they can condense it down like a compressed MP3 on Spotify, whatever. They can take that music and condense it down, and you're not going to lose a whole lot because most people on Spotify are listening on their phone, or most people playing a Switch game. Actually, all of them are playing on a Switch, and it doesn't put that much power out. So you can't see the benefit of having a higher. The games could have been higher and more gigabytes, but the Switch wouldn't have been able to translate those stats right via the screen and performance.
Right, but this next one,
console
going to be able to do
is
that.
not going to have that luxury. It's not going to have that luxury of condensing down super far because it doesn't look that great. No, the next console is going to be more powerful, and that means they're going to take advantage of that power, which means you're gonna have bigger games, which means drip. Although I kept saying it like that, but which means drip that
it's this big now. Now it's this. I don't know why, and I don't know what it is, but it's massive. What is it?
Which means that the system needs to have more memory, like significantly more memory.
And
you can't get away from 20. What iPhone had like 16 gigabytes starting? What was it, 32 gigabytes? iPhone 5. That was like you can't get away with iPhone 5 storage at this point.
Well, Nintendo's always done this.
Yeah, but you can't. But not with this next system, you're not going to get away.
Yeah,
with this.
well, even at the 512, I said it in my video today. They're playing ball, but they're at the bottom of the. They're at the very. They've just got in the door to like where you need to be with storage.
I disagree. I would say 240 is the bottom.
Okay, for maybe something with the Switch, yeah, but
yeah, for the Switch.
But I mean, this thing has a terabyte. The PlayStation 5, the Xbox Series X has a terabyte. I mean, the S, the cheap model, has 512.
Yeah.
So they're playing ball, but they're still behind. They're still behind as far as amount of storage. But as you said, Switch games are small. These are going to be bigger, but they're not going to be 60, 70 gigabytes. They're not.
No, they're going to be
that.
like I think like 40
20,
gigabytes.
30.
40 gigabytes for a first party game. That's extensive.
Maybe that's huge.
Tears of the Kingdom on the Switch 2 is probably going to be like a 40, 50 gigabyte.
Okay,
game.
what's Tears of the Kingdom now? Like 18,
like almost
17,
20, something like that. Yeah.
So
I think double. I think you can expect double the game sizes in terms of first party stuff. Maybe a little bit less than double. But yeah, just so they can take advantage of the extra stuff.
Okay, so here's something else, and this is this kind of goes along with this. He's saying that the card format is going to change to a 3D NAND, which I don't know what that is, but it's different than what they're using now.
That
doesn't mean it. Now that does not mean it does not mean it can't be backwards compatible still. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just a different type of storage.
Yeah.
Now I didn't listen to the full podcast. I didn't get that far. I saw this and I'm like, I don't know what that means, but I mean, I could go back and listen. I don't know a lot about the way that the cartridges work. I don't know like how do they make it fit on there the way they do? I'm not that guy. But
yeah, I'm not that guy either.
I know Nintendo can do it. A lot of third-party companies can do it, but there are certain games like NBA 2K, right? You bought that, right?
Yes, I did.
So what was the size of? I got one because it was like $5 and I downloaded.
Too many.
It was
it's the biggest game
like
on Switch.
60 gigabytes.
It's too many. It's
like
crazy.
Yeah. Okay, but even when you buy that physical,
it comes with
that's not. You're not getting it on the cartridge because those are expensive. They're very expensive. Yes. So that's whatever this is. My guess is the reason that they're
we know
doing
what it
that,
is. Thank you to Alex for letting us know what it is. It's a 3D NAND is a type of micro SD card storage.
Okay, well that makes a ton of sense. They're probably cheaper than these proprietary Switch cartridges that they're using now, and they're not going to have to. Because that was my worry earlier. Is how are they going to justify these prices? Because they're going to have to use those 64 gigabyte cartridges that nobody wanted to use because they were so expensive. I'm like, every game's going to be 70, which it probably will anyway. I don't know. I think if that is the case and it is some type of micro USB, maybe some hybrid thing, something that they've made themselves, maybe they can get the price down. Maybe they're going to be able to fix this whole issue with the the cartridges that they had in the first place. That's actually very interesting.
Yeah.
I'm glad we know that now. Thanks, Alex.
Not to get off topic, but I do want to. We have our first super chat, so let's go ahead and
wow.
let's get our first super chat here. If you guys want to leave super chats during the live stream, we'll go ahead and read them for you, especially if it pertains to what we're talking about. So yeah, we have, how do you pronounce this person's name? A. Marcellus. Marcellus. Thank you
very
Marcellus,
much
for your super chat. Really appreciate that. That's very kind of you. Let's look at past history. Switch 1 was announced in October 2016 for a March 2017 release. I think it's happening this time. Nintendo knows they can't hold back anymore. So not really a question there, just, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine that whatever the release window is for this thing, it'll be close to that. I don't think they're going to give it a ton of time to just sit and linger. You know what I mean? There's no reason for it. Like, what's the reason? Like, they're going to say, all right, this is what it is. This is when you can get it. It goes on pre-order this time. And what is it? September, October, November, December, January, February, March. What, 6 months?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's basically what Nintendo does for just about everything. As far as marketing and stuff goes, it's usually around six months.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Going back to the storage thing and the game card thing, changing them is interesting. But I mean, I will say this: as far as backwards compatibility goes, we've seen them change cartridge styles and still make it backwards compatible.
Like, give us an example.
Like, what was it? The DS? Is that what it was? The DS? You could play
the DS games were playable.
Advanced game, but Game Boy Advance games could be played on the DS too, right?
On DS, they went out of their way and added a second cartridge slot,
right?
That fit the old what was the game? The Game Boy Advance, right? So they added a Game Boy Advance cartridge slot onto the DS, which had its own cartridge slot. So there's two slots there, right? So that would be weird if there was two cartridges. In this day and age, I don't think they can do that. I don't think that would be kind of weird. And
it
plus,
would be.
And plus, they've already kind of perfected, in my opinion, like the small cartridge format.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing too.
Any smaller, and it's a seriously dangerous for young kids. Like any smaller than that,
like the size of a micro USB card.
It's seriously dangerous for kids. You literally can't do that. But it's big enough that it's very obvious to see when it's in a kid's mouth. And
they taste terrible.
And they taste terrible. But also, it's small enough that it's not.
Have you put one in your mouth?
Hindrance. I have not. I licked one though.
Dude, oh my god, it's so bad, dude. They taste so bad. I mean, okay, but if it is something that they're just like, whatever, let's say it uses that type of technology, that doesn't mean it has to be the size of an SD. It could still fit in the same package and still take the same slot, and the thing just be smart enough to read both. Right?
I guess the point I was trying to
decently simple thing to do.
The point
right?
I was trying to make is that there is no need to innovate the cartridge anymore. It's at the size it needs to be. They could change.
You're saying
they can change the tech and whatnot, but the form factor, there's no need. If they're going on cartridge systems going forward, whether that's home console or Switch hybrid model for that matter, it doesn't matter. That is the perfect cartridge. It's not too small, not too big. It's the perfect cartridge. They can change the tech on the inside. There's no need, right, for the outside to change. So keep the same cartridge slot. The next Switch, if there's a cartridge slot, it'll be the same size as the original Switch, and it should accept the old Switch cartridges. That in my mind, that just makes the most sense. Also, by the way, just Marcellus added one more thing onto there, which that was a big super chat, so we'll go ahead and read that as well. Also, rumors are that Nvidia is developing a chip specifically for the next console, which Drip I think is. I thought you were frozen for a second. You were so still.
No, I'm reading that. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think they're using the Tegra X1 now.
Yeah,
and then they did like an upgrade to it for the. Yeah, I mean, I would imagine whatever they're making is specifically for the Switch, because the Tegra X1 was not specifically for the Switch.
Yeah,
it was for like self-driving cars or some shit. It was something. I don't know what it was for. Not the Switch. It wasn't. So yeah, I mean, they were using basically off the shelf parts.
Yeah.
To kind of Frankenstein the Switch together and then make it in a presentable package.
And there's a reason for that, because they were unsure.
It was time to.
They needed it fast and cheap, and they wanted to.
It needed to be done. It needed to be something that they could test, and and it worked. So now it's time to go back and really work on something special. Yeah, I've heard those rumors. I don't see any reason why that couldn't be the case. It totally could be.
Agreed.
But other than that, man, I mean that's basically all the leaks. Backwards compatibility is the big question still. I mean, that's still the question. That's the one. I don't know when we get that answered, man. I don't know how they answer it until Nintendo answers it themselves. I don't know what you can find out about this thing to know. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think it'd be silly not to include it. There's no way.
I do too.
Nintendo is not going to isolate, or is isolate the wrong word? They're not going to alienate. That's the right word.
Yeah.
All millions and millions of Switch owners out there, they're not going to alienate them and go,
yeah, like, no, we don't want you to, just buy all the. No, you're right.
They have to recognize, they're smart enough to know. They have to recognize that they just made a buttload of money off us, and we're happy customers at the moment.
Yeah.
But you know how to make an unhappy customer? Say all that money you spent just not too long ago for the Switch OLED that came out, not even 2 years ago at that point?
Yeah, like, hey, we got this cool thing, but you can't play any of those games on it.
Yeah, there's no way they're doing that. There's no way there's no way there's a situation either where it's like, oh yeah, you'll be able to play them digitally if you subscribe to Nintendo Switch Online. Because that would imply there's no cartridge slot. And no, there's a cartridge slot in this next thing.
Yeah,
it's backwards compatible.
That's confirmed in this report that
I'm not even saying that from the report. In my mind,
I think it's backwards compatible too. Yeah. I mean, I agree. Well, there was something else here too. What were we just talking about? That was in this report, and I wanted to mention it. About the backwards compatibility thing.
Yeah.
They were talking about third-party developers saying that they don't think it should be backwards compatible because because third parties want to resell their games on the new system and not. So that everyone was kind of worried about that. But you have to remember this. That's third-party people talking. That's not Nintendo. They're not going to listen to that. Like, they don't want to do that. Like, think about it. I mean, okay. Let's just think about, this generation, all of the newest generation, PS5, Xbox Series S and X, it was literally, I took my PlayStation 4 Pro out of the spot it was in. I plugged my PlayStation 5 into that spot with the same cables that were already there, signed into my account, and that was it. That's all I had to do. Everything was still there. Everything was working the same. I don't see how Nintendo doesn't follow suit with it. I know they go their own way, but I don't see how they don't just follow suit with at least that.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, we got another super chat from Switch Corner.
We do. Switch Corner says, "Spend it wisely. I just can't, or can I just get a good web browser?" What?
On the Switch? Yeah, that would be.
Oh, on the Switch. I'm like
anything,
what?
man.
Oh yeah,
anything that's not.
I don't want a web browser. I don't give a crap about a web browser. That's what the computers are for.
Just
phones
apps.
are for.
Like
apps, applications.
Make it run apps the way they're supposed to run. Like 4K or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, make them run the way they're supposed to.
Perfect example, Drip. Right. So I'm on vacation this past few weeks, and the Switch became my portable media system. Like, my phone is older now, so like I use it for phone things and business things at this point, but not if I don't have to use my phone, I don't. I leave it in the bag and I forget about it. Like, I don't want to use my phone for everything. So when I'm out and about, the Switch is my mobile portable thing. And we go to a beach house, right? And you go to the beach house at the Airbnb, and what the TV situation there is questionable, but it's not questionable. The Nintendo Switch is in my backpack, and I bring my portable dock with me. So, but I could only watch freaking YouTube, which I like YouTube
and Hulu.
But I don't watch Hulu. I'm not pulling that. I don't even have that app on my Switch. It's fun, whatever. But as far as like, I want Netflix, Disney. That would have been great just to watch that
nice
on my Switch. But I couldn't do that. I just had to watch YouTube, which first world problems here. But this whole YouTube channel and Switch is all first world problems. So that's a thing. But anyway,
even for that, like, I know this is something. I just want to bring this up really quickly. We're getting deep into this here, but that's another thing too. I know. Everyone's like, oh, that's stupid. Like, a 5G Switch for that reason alone would be awesome.
I don't need that because we're also in a day and age, dude. We're in a day and age where our phones.
But your phone's not 8 inches.
No. Let me finish, Drip. You didn't even hear what I said.
Okay,
what I was gonna say,
finish,
Drip,
whatever.
is that
Finish.
we're in a day and age where a lot of data plans are affordable, and not only are they affordable, but you can use Wi-Fi tethering, or you can do tethering, which is free.
Yeah,
for
dude,
my
mine doesn't
service.
have that.
Mine has free tethering, and it's
It's
just
so weird because like I do it for like a
it's
second.
not more reliable. It's not more reliable than having the bands on the Switch. I agree with that. So if
Yeah,
you're
it's
somebody
not.
if you're somebody who's like on a train all the time and there's no Wi-Fi plane and you need connectivity like that, I get it. But that's just not me. For me personally, I could care less about 5G, but that's just me. Another super chat. Thank you so much, Marcellus, for being very
Oh man,
kind.
thank you so much.
Microsoft has also entered a 10-year commitment with Nintendo for Call
That's
of Duty.
true.
Microsoft wouldn't commit unless they knew a powerhouse was coming. That's a very, very good point, Marcellus.
It is, yeah. I mean,
just to kind of add on to
well,
we agree.
there has been a little bit of stuff talked about what Call of Duty is going to be coming to the Switch, and I think they have confirmed. I'm not 100%, but it's not going to be Call of Duty Mobile. It is going to be
a full
Call of Duty. It will be a full Call of Duty experience.
It'll be a full optimized Call of Duty experience, but
yeah.
optimized for the console, which is not going to be, it's going to be more powerful than the Switch, but it's not going to be.
It's not going to
touch modern stuff.
Like PC or anything, obviously.
No, but it should,
that.
textures and stuff will be lesser, but it should be well optimized. It should run well.
Yeah, I'm sure it will.
It should be. It better be better than the way Fortnite runs on the Switch right now. I mean, it's just
so bad,
better.
man. I can tell you this: Fortnite runs better on my Steam Deck while I am using xCloud to stream it to my Steam. I'm playing a game online that I'm also streaming from a different server to my Steam Deck. Yeah, and it still runs better than Fortnite on the Switch. It's oh my god, it looks so much better.
I guess not running. I think you're talking about playability. It's more playable.
Everything. Yeah, it looks better. It runs better. Everything is better. Everything's better.
Of course, it's going to look better and run better. It's playing off of a way more powerful hardware. The question is,
still runs.
With that, what you're saying, Drip, is with that internet lag introduced, it's still better, which that's actually surprising. Because if anybody's played bad internet games, not bad internet games, if you've played like a streaming game and the connection's not good, that's a horrible experience. So like the fact that it's a pretty good connection and it works well and it's better than physical hardware Switch playing on Fortnite, that's saying something.
Well, I mean, I also have good internet, but still,
there's other factors.
It does work way better.
Drip, I think it's over, man. Those of you in the stream, we're hanging out. Don't worry, we'll go into the after show. We'll listen to some Zelda lo-fi tunes and talk for you guys a little longer. I appreciate you guys listening to this episode. Those of you listening on the audio platforms, we're gonna sign off, and we'll see you guys. Oh, well, before we go, just want to say again, thank you. We're back. We're back, baby. We're doing this. We're every week. We're gonna keep going. Drip and I gonna keep going. We appreciate you guys. I guess I'll say one more thing.
I have one more thing to say.
Yeah, I'll let you go. If you're not a member yet, become a member. You get extra YouTube content on the YouTube channel. Extra podcast a month. Drip, what do you have to say?
I wanted to remind everybody that I just started a streaming channel, which I will be streaming on this weekend. I will put there'll be a link in this podcast. Geeb, right?
It's not there right now, but I can put that there.
It's not there now, but we'll put it there, and I'll drop it in the chat here in the after show for you guys hanging out. But make sure you subscribe to that. It's what is it? Drip Media Gaming Live, I think is what it's called. Drip MG Live at Drip MG Live is what it is.
Okay, cool, guys. Go follow Drip over there. Drip, you're gonna do some cool stuff over there, guys.
Oh yeah.
Audio people, we're signing off. We'll see you guys next week. And those of you who are hanging out in the stream, just hang on one moment as as future Geeb is going to edit this down to a little podcast exit. And what's up, guys? How we doing? Get these Zelda tunes on. That was a good one, Drip. Good episode.
It was fun. Thanks for the super chats. Appreciate it.
Seriously,
really do appreciate it.
Very much do.
Those are the first ones we've got.
They are. Marcellus and Alex, thank you guys so much for your super chats.
That.
And that's how it's going to work going forward, guys. If you guys want to leave us a super chat, we'll read it during the live stream, because you guys know we don't usually read the chat very often, if at all, during the actual recording
Audio
of the
listeners
episode.
are going to be super confused by the super chats. No, they're not. We read them all. It's all good. They're legitimate questions. They were pretty on topic.
Yeah, they were on topic. If you leave a super chat that is really irrelevant to what we're talking about, like we're talking about Nintendo and you're saying I love my Xbox, probably not going to read that live on cue. But if we get a point during the episode, we will read it then.
Stop and read it. Yeah.
Yeah, but like if you can get your super chat to flow with what we're talking about, that's ideal. And we'll definitely Alex, Marcel's hit that.
Can we go back to girl jeans? We can totally go back to girl jeans. Let's go back to girl jeans because let me tell you something about girl jeans. First off,
I'll eat this another tasty cake. I'm hungry.
First off, Geeb, at this point in my life, I don't have to wear girl jeans because they make jeans that fit me the way I want them to fit me.
No, I want you to finish the sentence the way you were going to finish
but,
it. Because you were stopping yourself because you're like, wait a minute, there's still totally girl jeans, but that's just there's no such thing as girl jeans.
I'm not done talking.
Skinny jeans.
Not done talking.
Okay.
Now, I was in lots of bands back in the day, and I'm going to tell you this right now.
I dress the way I dress, Alex. Don't you see the way I wear T-shirts, I wear shorts, and in the wintertime I wear hoodies and I wear jeans.
Now listen, I want to tell you something. I was in bands back in the day, dude, when it was cool to wear super tight jeans, but guess what? They didn't make super tight jeans for guys. They didn't make skinny jeans for guys back then. This was years off still. So you know what we did? We bought girl jeans and we wore them and we looked fucking good in them, bro. We looked fucking good in them, okay?
Yeah, you know what?
So
I had plenty of friends.
Talk what you want to talk, but let me tell you something right now.
Mm-hmm.
We look good in them.
What was this, like the mid 2000s, early 2010s?
Oh yeah, it says mid 2000s.
Yeah, I had friends during the I was younger than you, obviously. I am younger than you,
maybe 20.
But
yeah,
I had friends in school where they were the skater kids or the band, you know, those people. You know, these guys, like you and Alex.
What do you mean?
Yeah. So Alex tried to offend me and say, "Oh, I bet he just dressed like Kevin Smith, which dresses very baggy sports stuff."
About, bro?
Which is not entirely inaccurate, but Alex, you and Drip are just like, what's the word? I don't want to be offensive here, but what's the word for people like you?
You probably want to call us emo.
Full of it? No, not emo. No, emo is very different. You're full of it.
What do you think?
Do I look like you and Alex with your long hair and your
people who have hair.
you're too cool for school attitude. You're just like
I don't have a too cool
man.
for school attitude,
but
man.
it's fine, whatever, man. I don't really care. Yeah, I'll take one of them. It's whatever, man. I'm cool. It's fine. Let me get a puff of that. It's okay. I'm all right. You get hit on that. We're good. I'm too cool for school, man. I drank when I was young. I did drugs. It's cool, kids. That's the kind of guys you guys were. And you know what? I was a dork. And maybe I still am a dork now. But you know what? You're still in this chat listening to me talk. Meaning we like the same things, Alex.
Hey.
You nerd.
Hey, listen,
you may think you're too cool for school.
We're all nerds in different ways.
You think you're too cool for school, but guess what? You're still here with us. Because you think I'm cool.
The girl jeans. Dude, listen, you don't even know. Them girl jeans, dude, they did not fit correctly in the right places. Let me tell you this right now.
I know you're here to want me.
They did not fit.
I'm not offended.
They did not fit correctly in the right places.
Best Buy Geek Spot. Yes. I read your comment, Alex. I didn't respond because you didn't super chat. I'm just joking. But no, because, shut up.
I did. Listen, and I learned this too. Girl jeans.
Would you come on our goddamn Alex,
girl jeans? Listen.
I appreciate you being here and spamming our chat. I do, especially when you're relevant stuff. Would you just come on the fucking podcast, dude? You got so much to say. Just come get a microphone, man.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm going to start pressuring you now. Sorry, Drip, what were you saying?
I was saying that, girl jeans, you know what else they don't have? Pockets.
That's right.
That's weird. That's very weird. Front pockets, not a thing. So yeah, I learned that in the early 2000s too.
Can I tell my girl pants story that I told you over at your house?
YouTubers are going to make daily Switch 2 content until winter 2024. You're probably right about that.
You're right.
Probably
right about that. If you're trying to somewhat offend us with that by say, in a derogatory way, YouTubers are gonna I take that as a compliment that you think I'm a YouTuber. I appreciate that. Thank you. I was gonna say, Drip, my pants story. I have girl pants now in my collection. I purchased my first pair of women's pants.
I know that. You were wearing them here.
I did.
I mean, Dan, listen. You should have seen Geeb in these shorts, man. Talk about a juicy booty. Ooh!
Yeah.
Let me tell you something.
Before your significant other came over for a little bit, I think you were eyeing me up a little bit. I probably should tell her to watch out.
Hey, listen.
I don't tell my fiance though. Keep it on this down low. You know.
I mean, every time you had to go upstairs, I was just like, well, I'll go. Just following you up the stairs, man. Just trying to get a peek. Just trying to get a peek. Not in a derogatory way. Yeah, it's cool. It's true. Listen, it's true. Switch 2 content is. Okay, I mean, honestly, it is what it is. You know, it's all there is right now. I mean,
if you listen, it's all good. It's your boy. But if you have any better suggestions on what people are talking about on YouTube, I'd love to hear it. I don't know what else to talk about, man. Me and Drip are like, what do we talk about? What do you think we're going to talk about? There's nothing else to talk about. And you know what? We're trying our best to every week we're Drip and I'm going to say, not other YouTubers, but Drip and I are doing our best every week that we do this to make it a different episode, not just the same rumors, not the same leaks, not the same comments. We're trying to make it different. It's a little difficult sometimes, but we're trying to. It's fun.
No, we're not talking about RGT. We're not talking about no, we're not doing that. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's new things happening all the time. It's honestly,
if you want to hear some negative comments about RGT, go to our podcast
Yo, Felix, what's up?
What's his name? What's that? I can't remember his freaking name. Never mind. My joke is over. I killed it.
All right.
Welcome back. Thank you, Felix. Thank you. Yes. It's good to be back.
Yes, it is. It's good to have you back.
I'm sure the in-laws are happy to be back and yelling upstairs. They're like, oh, this motherfucker back again yelling.
Yeah, well, it happens. It happens. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun to cover this whole thing and just see how it, all the things, because that's what I'd really like to do, honestly. Think about this. Oh yeah, Pokemon Direct. I forgot about that. That's happening too next week.
Mm-hmm.
Man, the problem with that is I just don't give a fuck. That's that's the problem with that. I mean, it's cool. Everybody likes Pokemon but me. But we'll talk about it. I'm sure we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
If something noteworthy happens.
I mean, yeah, what are they going to do? They're going to put out a giant patch for the game? Probably not.
That would be listen, I not only because I'm playing the game and I like Pokemon, the Scarlet and Violet, but I would be so happy for the sake of news, we could finally do something that's not Switch 2 related. Like the thumbnail can be Pokemon next week. If they drop a big patch, can you imagine?
Just don't take a sponsor from TeamU. They hit me up. I said no.
It sounds so sketchy.
They wanted me to do so much weird stuff. I was like, I no, man.
Have you seen those ads that other people have done for TeamU? It's so weird. Like, I don't feel comfortable telling my audience to do what these people are telling their audiences to do. Like, it's so sketchy. It's
they sent me 34 emails. Yeah. I've gotten a few. I've gotten a good bit of them. I'm like, nah.
It's so sketchy. It's like if Wish came over and said, "Here, we're gonna patch you $1,000."
It's basically the new Wish.
Can you tell people that Wish is the best ever? Or can you tell people that
let's talk about that really quick though, because I had an idea that I kind of wanted to do. So
thank you for Tomtoc being our sponsor, by the way, who is a very nice company, nice people.
Tomtoc's a great sponsor. I'm grateful that we have them as a sponsor. They're
not
awesome.
TeamU. Fuck Team.
So TeamU says that you can get a Switch on their website for $7 if you sign up and do like whatever. I want to do it and get the $7 Switch and do a video and see what it is. There's no fucking way it's a Switch. There's no way.
No, it is. But here's the thing. That's not the point. The point is this, Drip. The content creator who is doing the sponsor will get that $7 Switch. The viewers who they're selling that to are not gonna. There's no chance. Maybe one out of a million will get one of those. Like the chances are so low.
Well, I'm not gonna. No. You're misunderstanding what I'm saying. They're not gonna know if this is a video. I'm just gonna sign up like a regular ass person.
Oh, you're not gonna get it. You're not gonna get it. Like it's from what I've heard. Like almost nobody is getting these. Like, but some people are getting them, but almost nobody.
Okay,
like it's such a low number.
I want to do it and see if I actually get one.
You're playing the lottery. It's like
for $7, and it could be a cool video. And what if it gets here and it's some weird ass thing? Like, I think it would be a fun video.
No. Have you not looked into it at all? Because we already know what happens. What happens is if you get your $7 Switch, even if you don't, all the Switches you get off of Temu, they're Japanese consoles.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they somehow got a hold of a bunch of Japanese consoles that they're real Switches. But the sketchy thing is they're advertising a Switch, and the advertisement for the U.S. advertisements are U.S. Switches. But when you don't get a U.S. Switch, you get a Japanese Switch. The manual, the box, it's all Japanese.
Yeah, but they're region free, so who cares?
They are. Here's where it gets affected, though. Someone made a video about this. I watched it. The Japanese Wi-Fi bands in the Japanese models, they're different bands because they use different frequencies over there. So if you try to use that frequency over here, your connection is spotty on Wi-Fi. That is sketchy.
That sucks.
That's very sketchy. And and when they're selling you the Switch, they're selling you a US one, but they send you a Japanese one. And it seems like it's not gonna be a problem because it's region free. But when you get it, you're gonna have issues with Wi-Fi connection because it's a Japanese version. You'll still get connection. It'll just be spotty.
Interesting. That is very interesting. I still kind of want to do it. So there's videos out there that have done this already?
Yeah, man, it's all over. You need to watch more YouTube.
Clearly. Maybe I'd have some good ideas for videos. I'll tell you what, next time you see some stuff like that, Geeb, and anybody else in the chat, next time you see some stuff like that seems pretty interesting, send it over my way. Give me some ideas for some good videos.
I will next time. The first person I'm going to think about all the time, every day, is Drip.
Please.
What would Drip want to watch?
And everyone else, make sure you do that too.
Drip might want to watch this. Let me send this to Drip.
Please.
Drips, actually, guys, everybody in the chat, you know, it's only 9 people here. I'm going to get you guys Drip's phone number. And if you feel like you have anything that you want to say to Drip, Drip's phone number is 497-846-6969. Go ahead and text him about anything that you want to see or anything that you see that is interesting. It's not Drip's phone number.
My phone number.
I don't know who you're texting if you do that, but it'd be kind of funny if it was like somebody, you know. When they
Yo!
Get it, like, who the fuck is Drip and what the fuck are we talking
and
about?
why are you calling me Drip and why?
Drippy.
Why? Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Guys, can we get a like on the stream before you head out if you're heading out, whatever, anything like that? I appreciate a like. Can we get to 15 likes tonight? It's possible. It's possible.
I do need some new video ideas. I think that's what I'm going to start doing. I think I'm just going to start doing fun stuff like that.
Like buying a TV Switch?
Yeah, just fun video ideas like that. That's more of what I want to start doing a little bit. Now that we don't, I'm going to be doing the weekly whatever news. Yeah. I'm still going to do I think next week is what's in my bag, finally. I think I'm ready.
Okay, cool.
What's in my bag is next week.
Did I edit that one already? I can't remember.
No. I haven't even shot it yet. Problem is, I want my iPad in the bag, but the bag that I want to use, the iPad won't fit in. Because I'm trying to do this year, I'm trying to do super
it can't
stealth.
be in your bag if it doesn't fit in your bag.
I need a different bag. I have lots of bags. Bags aren't the problem. I got bags. But I wanted to use that one, but the iPad has to be in there. It has to be. I need it in there for several reasons. One, because part of the iPad thing is the sponsor of the video, and it has to be in there. But I do want to do things super stealth this year. You should see my dock setup, dude. It is like nothing. It's like,
hey, show me your dock.
I will. I'll show you my dock all day. I don't care. I'll show you my dock right now on the internet.
We need freaking. That's one thing. So as I got back from vacation, I need to set up the Discord server for members. We need to get merch set up.
Yeah, dude, you've been back a day.
I know. I'm just saying. No, I know.
This week coming up, we'll get everything back on track, and then after that, we'll start moving for new things.
I have other things I need to do in my life, non-content related that I need to do as I'm getting back.
That's not true.
I have nothing else to do in my life, just content.
No, just content. No, that's it.
So, yeah, I'm a busy boy. I got things to do in life. We gotta go. It's go time. Lifetime in my life, it's go time. We gotta go.
I feel you. Speaking of that, are you about ready to wrap this up?
Sir, we can do that. Those of you in the chat who've been hanging out all night, or even if you just came in, we appreciate you either way.
We do.
Those of you, all the super chats tonight, thank you to those who gave us super chats. Thank you guys. If you became a member, appreciate that. There is Drip's YouTube link. Mega Boy coming in clutch.
I totally forgot about that. Yeah, if you guys have not subscribed to my live streaming channel, there's nothing up there yet. I haven't even gone live on it yet, but the link's right there. We're probably going to go live this weekend.
Mega, he's sneaky. Wait, that's not the right one. No, never mind. Okay, I thought Megabot put his own YouTube link. He did not. That was my dumbness.
I was gonna
Never
say
mind.
that's it.
That is the one. Yeah.
Oh,
So
that looks
guys,
nice.
go
I
ahead
haven't seen it
and
on a computer. That looks nice. That controller.
follow.
That looks
Yeah,
nice.
follow Drip on
23
his, new streaming.
subscribers. Get some.
I will unabashedly mention that if you want to go down and link down below in the description, you can also click on my YouTube account. I stream. I'm the new leader of the Pikmin cult. If you haven't,
That's what I heard.
We'll be playing Pikmin 4 pretty soon, but I gotta finish up Pikmin 2 first. We'll be doing that very soon on this. It's Friday. Listen. I've been gone for a while. I might stream tomorrow. You know, why not? I've been back for a while, so we'll stream Pikmin tomorrow. That sounds like fun. I'll be streaming Wind Waker too. Yeah, Drip. Follow Drip's YouTube channel. His new YouTube live channel. What you playing first, man, over there?
I have no idea. No idea.
You're gonna play Fortnite first.
I'm gonna play whatever the hell I want.
You're gonna play Fortnite first.
I'm gonna be playing Fortnite on that channel, yeah. And I'm gonna have people come play Fortnite with me. I don't know. I kind of want to finish Disney Illusion Island. I am deep in that game, dude. It is fucking awesome.
I don't have that game, but I've seen it.
Okay, so did you like the idea? Let me ask you this. Did you like the idea of Metroid?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, this is like a baby Metroid is what it is. It's just the easier version of a Metroid game. It's in every way.
I know, but like, there's nothing about it that's drawing me. It's not
just fun, dude. It's the controls. It's the fun. It's the fluidity of the controls. It's moving the things around. It's just feels good to play. It's a very satisfying game to play.
The only thing that's gonna make me get it, I'm gonna get it at some point, and this is why. It has multiplayer support, and Mrs. Geeb and I will binge that game.
Yeah, and I played multiplayer with the kids. It's super fun.
Yeah.
It's very good.
Yeah. So, Drip, we're gonna head off here, guys in the chat. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. We're back next Thursday. It's Friday right now because I literally didn't get back till last night, so we couldn't do one last night. But we're back on schedule. I'll get this podcast up to you guys. Monday there'll be an extra episode. That'll be the podcast that Drip and I did from a few Mondays ago at Drip's house. And yeah, this has been fun. I'm bad at wrapping this. I'm bad at closing stuff out. So I'm just gonna go ahead and press this button now.
Okay, goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye. See you guys. We'll see you next week.
See ya. It's fun.